Should the city of Austin close Rainey Street to cars permanently? The city commissioned a study published last week. It lays out 11 scenarios for what the city could do. 7 of them would close the street to cars for good all the time, not just on the weekends. What would that mean for people who live, work, and visit there? Chris Davis is live on Rainey Street to explain. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Yeah, for the last month or so, the city has been playing around a little bit with closing down Rainey Street to cars just on the weekends, Thursday through Saturday night. And that closure starts here where we are, Davis Street, and runs all the way down to the southern end of the Bar District at River Street. But if the city decides to go with any of those 7 scenarios, the closure would start another block up at Driscoll, and Rainey Street would never reopen to cars.
What's going on?
The prospect of putting the brakes on car traffic here worries Michael Johnson.
It would probably hurt our business, seeing how we're not just a bar at night. Need some coffee?
He manages Little Brother, the coffee shop and bar that opened a year ago. They're planning to add a food truck to attract traffic.
We're one of the only places that have a little bit of parking here as well, so that's something that we tell our customers.
But he's in the minority. Analysts with the firm ACOM surveyed businesses along Rainey for the report. Of the 8 that answered the question about closing the street to cars for good, 5 said they support it, as long as deliveries can still get in. One manager we talked to said it would make the street safer. Bikes, pedestrians, and scooters could still use the street. Different scenarios include other adjustments to streets nearby. The study analyzes resulting traffic delays. 2 of the scenarios that close Rainey to cars cut down wait times the most. Michael, meanwhile, hopes it wouldn't cut down business.
I'm not sure what we could change, but if anything, it would probably limit when we'd be able to be open.
Yeah, so people who live along Rainey worry about this too. I talked to a few of them yesterday, especially the ones who live south of the Bar District, and they're afraid that closing down Rainey to cars would make it a whole lot harder for them to get in and out of their condos and apartments. Amanda?
All right, Chris. So what are the next steps here for Rainey Street?
Yeah, so nothing is set in stone at this point. This is just this report from analysts, and that's going to become part of the broader Austin core transportation plan. And so over the next few months, city officials are going to be gathering a whole lot of feedback on these scenarios, as well as everything in that core transportation plan. There is no time frame here for when changes might be coming to Rainey Street. And if you want to go ahead and take a look at that report and take a look at all those different scenarios, you can do that on our website. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Chris. Well, we wanted to know what type of cases first responders were called to in the area of Rainey Street. The city is considering to close between Driscoll and River Streets. From January of last year through December, EMS responded to 2 car crashes involving a pedestrian. During that time period, they also responded to 6 crashes. Some involved other cars, a motorcycle, and 2 scooters.